Beautiful people, welcome back to Around the World with Steven. Welcome if you're new, and if you're returning, I appreciate you. Worldies and travelers, how you all doing? Thank you all for your support and your love. Today we have a good one. Now, somebody mentioned in the comments, I think in my last video of BTS, which was the Bangtan News by Bor City. Somebody had mentioned that RM had given a speech and that I should check it out. I'm like, all right, hey, I'm going to check it out. Well, not just one person, two people. So we're going to check out RM's speech. But before we get into that, that video had a portion where it says people were criticizing BTS. Well, the three members of BTS, which is J-Hope, RM, and V, they attended the charity event and people were giving them backlash. However, I saw a lot of people saying that the backlash was warranted because of what happened at the charity or because of something to do with the charity. So I saw a lot of people hold that position. I saw a lot of people saying that they shouldn't have been blamed. But since I didn't know anything about it, if you could clarify for me, let me know why you think the charity is involved. Definitely. That was my first time ever hearing it. I would love to know more about it. Sheesh. I mean, when I read those comments, I was like, oh, well, is there information that was missing from the video? Is there something Bor City didn't touch on? Yeah, I got a little bit confused. So if you know anything or you have any explanation as to whether BTS deserved the backlash or the artists that went there deserved the backlash, please let me know in the comments. Definitely, them being asked about their comeback did not deserve backlash because they were answering a question that was pertaining to their comeback. But if there's anything the charity did that the artists didn't do well in, or if there's anything that warranted the backlash, please let me know. I'll be willing to delve deep into it. And I'm thinking about going live maybe on Saturday. It's not set in stone. Let me know if you'd want me to go live so we can talk about this issue, because I don't want to have to record a video where I support something that deserves backlash, or I give backlash to something that does not deserve backlash. I really want to know much about it. But before I talk your ears off, we're going to check out RM's speech, and it says full speech BTS RM makes history at APEC summit. This is by DRM News. So it says the full speech. Do also like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all your support. Now let's check out RM's speech. Okay, so it says APEC CEO Summit Korea 2025. Wow, okay. Let's look at RM's history-making speech. Let's get it.
To be here and to meet all the leaders of APEC here in Korea, where I was born and raised. I'm honored to tell you about myself and to share my message. I'm so proud and excited that this year, for the first time, the cultural industry was chosen as a key agenda for APEC.
Okay, so before we get into the rest of the message, man, let's be honest, RM looks sharp. BTS would take every opportunity, half an opportunity to look sharp. When they came to the White House and we reacted to it in that one video, they looked really, really sharp. RM's suit looks sharp as hell. I gotta say that. All right, let's get it.
I'm not sure how familiar you are with K-culture or K-pop, but I'm sure you all agree that the cultural industry has great economic value and growth potential. But I'm just an artist. I am not a business leader. I don't think you want to hear any numbers or figures from me. So today I want to speak to you as a creator and an artist. I want to share my thoughts on how K-pop crossed borders to move the hearts of people. It's not something we can really calculate or measure. It's a bridge that connects worlds and I want to bring your attention to how we can work together to build this connection for tomorrow's creative cultural ecosystem. I'm a very lucky person. I'm lucky to have met the 6 other members of BTS. I'm lucky that I met our producer, Hitman Bang, who gave us his full support that we could make the music we love. But most importantly, I'm lucky I met ARMY who accept our music not just as a diversion, but as our shared language of life.
Wow. So this is very humbling to hear RM showing or saying how lucky he is to meet the other 6 members of BTS and meeting you, Army. That is really, really humbling. Now, RM started by saying that he's not a business person. He didn't want to go through numbers and stuff like that. I would have wished he did. I would have wished he did, just because, man, we've seen from a couple Bar City videos that BTS top charts. They sell a lot of records, and they have boosted the tourism and brought a lot of income in South Korea. I mean, it is non-negotiable. It's something you can't argue with. So, I mean, that would have been a good look for them. But then again, I think he didn't want to make it about BTS. I would, if I was in his shoes, I would brag my ass off. But he didn't want to make it about BTS. He's putting K-pop on the map as a whole. And this is what I want to say: K-pop fans, K-pop industry, the other big labels, stop hating BTS. He had a chance to give this speech, and you see where he's going with it. He's putting the whole industry on the map, saying good things about the industry. He's lucky meeting BTS and everything, but at the end of the day, he's giving K-pop props. He's not shitting on K-pop, saying BTS is the best, and we're shitting on you all with numbers, which he'll be rightfully so. But he's not saying that. So let's stop the hate.
And by the way, ARMY is the name of the official BTS fandom for your information. The ARMY. Woo! Shout out to
Yeah.
ARMY all over the world.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And the ARMY is where I just finished my military service. I was there for 18 months. I just wanted to make sure. So, ARMY support and passion crossed all borders and opened up like brand new path for me. They gave me a voice that was heard at the Billboard Music Awards, at the Grammys, at the United Nations, and even at the White House, at such historic and symbolic events like right here at the APEC. BTS first started to go outside Korea about 10 years ago. And back then, we didn't dream of what we see today. Nothing was like this. Did you
Wow.
ever turn on your TV or radio and hear a song that's not in your language or in English? Probably not very often, right? I felt how hard it is to ever hear a Korean song in an English-speaking country. I saw how high a cultural barrier could be. At that time, the music of BTS was quickly called non-English foreign culture. Trying to get on mainstream media through our music was like doing an experiment and a huge challenge. It was a test to see if music in Korean can work on the global stage. We tried to get on TV to show the world our music, but the doors were closed and would not move. But as you know, we couldn't just sit around and wait. We tried to make our own opportunities. We danced in the streets. We handed out flyers to free shows. But there was something even more difficult than those. When we said we are artists from Korea, they didn't ask us about our music. They asked, are you from North Korea or South Korea?
Oh my goodness, bro. Wow. I mean, RM's account of the whole thing is giving us a perspective to it. So he's walking us through how they were able to break barriers, but it wasn't that easy. And I know some of you sitting at home will be like, "No, but Psy broke barriers with Gangnam Style and everything." Let's be honest here. Gangnam Style was really huge worldwide, but it was the dance. It was a vibe song, right? Nobody was paying attention to lyrics of Gangnam Style. It was like, oh, over Gangnam Style, right? Now BTS was the first to break barriers with actually people sitting down and listening to Korean song. Like, oh, this song is not in my language. Oh, this song is Korean. What are they talking about? Oh, it's a boy band. It's a group. Oh, they're seven. Oh, they're dancing. Oh, what are they saying? And just like he said, they had a huge barrier to climb. Breaking into an English speaking country with a Korean song, just imagine, right? If not for BTS, like what? Bro, what? Even some English songs cannot break through English speaking countries. How about a Korean song? So it was a huge hurdle. It was a big task for them. And they didn't give up. It is a huge success story. And I know somebody mentioned in the comments that they made a movie about BTS. They deserve multiple movies, really. Yeah, it is a huge accomplishment. And it's different from Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
Where on earth is Korea? So we had to explain where Korea was before we could even talk about our music. And that was the reality.
Mm.
But we overcame those barriers, and now I'm here today sharing this precious moment with you. ARMY was the force that broke down those barriers. They used our music as the medium to carry out conversations that cross borders and languages. They were inspired by the message in the music of BTS to give to charity, to run social campaigns, and finally the world was amazed. Back then, ARMY was seen as supporters of a minority culture from Asia. Now, they shake the world as a new community and a fandom culture.
Man, I couldn't have said that better. Army has been a pivotal part of BTS's story from the inception, from the beginning. Imagine BTS without Army. I said that in the Borough City video where it talks about how Army changed the fandom culture. Army is, if you're an Army, you should be proud of yourself. I don't care when you joined, but it's even better if you joined in the inception because, bro, how fandom culture was that, oh, they're fanboys and fangirling over artists and they're taking off their clothes and they're secretly taking pictures of them and stuff like that. But Army changed everything. Army was like, okay, we're supporting these guys, we're supporting them any way we can, and even giving them privacy and stuff like that. So it was like Army brought a whole new definition to fandom culture. Army pushed BTS. Army paved the way. And in some cases, BTS is famous in other countries because of Army. If they were not, their songs were not being streamed, albums were not being bought, nobody would have known them. So shout outs to you being an Army. You've done a phenomenal job. And you're the reason why BTS is where they are. And their talent too, as well.
Even at this very moment, they're crossing borders and breaking down barriers through the pure power of cultural solidarity.
Mm,
Solidarity and tolerance that know no borders. And it's an endless source of creative inspiration for me as well.
mm.
There is so much cultural content around the whole world. But why K-pop? Why is it so unique? Why does K-pop create this powerful and inclusive community? It's because of the special principle of unity of K-pop. This is what enables people from such diverse backgrounds to come together just through the medium of K-pop.
Mm.
I like to compare K-pop music to bibimbap. And bibimbap is a traditional Korean dish. You gotta taste it. So you take pop, which is rice, Then you put all kinds of vegetables, meat, flavorings on top and mix it all up. And that's the peeping part. And K-pop is much the same. You take Korea's unique aesthetics, emotions, and production system, but you don't turn away elements of Western music like hip-hop, R&B, or EDM. Just like bibimbap, these parts all keep their unique identities, but mix together to make something new and fresh and delightful.
Wow, RM, you're full of wisdom. He paints a picture of K-pop clear, especially for those who do not know K-pop, or for those who say, "Oh, what's K-pop?" I've seen a couple videos saying, "Oh, K-pop is copying Western culture and copying culture this and culture that." Well, listen to this. RM is um, comparing K-pop to bibimbap, which is a dish, rice mixed with a lot of flavorings, meat, and stuff like that to make that dish, right? So the Western thing that you claim K-pop stealing, well, they're not stealing it; they're borrowing it, right? And they're adding the Korean culture, they're adding the Korean dialect, they're adding the Korean vibe and everything to it, mixed together to form K-pop. Right. So it is nothing like stealing. When I started reacting to K-pop, I had never heard K-pop. Now reacting to it, my algorithm was showing me a lot of videos, and a lot of videos people are saying, "Oh, K-pop is just a stolen version of Western culture." Excuse me, no, no. Well, they do take elements of Western culture, but they make it Korean. They add Korean vibes to it. That is exactly what RM is saying. Hmm? It's just like any other culture. I like that RM said this.
K-pop is not just a genre of music. It is a 360-degree total package of music, dance, performance, visual style, storytelling, music video, and even social media.
Mm.
K-pop success didn't happen because one single culture was better. K-pop success came from respecting diversity and embracing world cultures, but still holding on to Korea's unique identity. When cultural barriers come down and different voices harmonize together, there's an explosion of creative energy. This is where ARMY's borderless solidarity came from. And this is why K-pop is loved everywhere. Culture is like a river. It flows freely, different streams sometimes coming together in harmony, just like K-pop. Coming together to carry itself far away and create something new. I like to see this creative flow of culture happen everywhere around the world, and the Asia-Pacific region has incredible, dynamic cultural diversity. K-pop's shining success is proof that cultural diversity and creativity are the greatest human potential. A force with no borders, no limits to growth. Ladies and gentlemen, leaders of APEC, let me ask you a question. What is your favorite song? Do you remember seeing a painting that took your breath away? Or a book you read over and over again? We all know, we all love culture and art. And we are connected by the emotion and resonance that they awaken in us. As a creator and an artist of this generation, I'd like to use this opportunity to make a request to the leaders and distinguished guests of APEC. There are creators all around the world. Please help them. Give them the financial support so that their own creativity can bloom. Give them the opportunities so that their talents can really shine. When you think about investing in tomorrow's generations, think about culture as well as economics. Culture and art are a powerful force that moves hearts. They are the fastest messengers that carry diversity and resonance.
Right.
As the leaders of APEC, your policies and support will be the canvas and playground for all the creators. The foundation for creators all over the world to pour out their creativity. When creators flourish, other elements of culture gather to form brand new aesthetics. Their content will go beyond all kinds of differences. They will blaze a road of true understanding and tolerance. They will create the power of solidarity for the future. I, too, stand by the vision of APEC. A vision that will drive diversity, inclusion, and growth through culture and creativity. As an artist, I promise that I will also let my imagination fill the canvas you will create. I will play my heart out in the playground you will build for us. I promise that I'll do my part by sending a message of courage and hope and lots of emotions through music. A message of embracing our differences to make something better together. I'd like to ask for your support for this future, and I think and I believe you can make this happen. Your support can make creators let their creativity soar. With your help, their creations will resonate around the whole world. Thank you very much.
Please give it up for RM. What a fascinating speech. Let's give him a strong round of applause. Thank you so much. It was great to have him here. What a breath of fresh air, if I may say. We're again resetting the...
What a phenomenal speech. What a phenomenal speech, man. I mean, when the speech was going on, all I could think about was what a great representation of K-pop, of BTS. What a leader. I kept saying one thing, that BTS is lucky to have RM as a leader. RM is a full package. Not just an entertainer, he is very brilliant, very smart. He could have made it in politics. He could have made it anywhere aside entertainment, right? And as an entertainer, he's brilliant. And you could tell from what he said. Now, I've heard a lot of speeches. I've had long speeches, short speeches, speeches from artists, speeches from TED Talks, right? And what you could tell is some people give speeches they don't even believe in. They give speeches and you could tell they're just reading, right? They can't even explain to you what the next line meant. It's because somebody prepared it and they're reading it. Now, RM, what touched me was he broke it down, told them that you guys should support people with creative minds, because creativity, what it does is it is a force that goes beyond boundaries. And he said that is how ARMY helped, because their creativity was that force. It was get into the boundaries, and ARMY, what they did was caught onto it and spread it like wildfire. One couldn't have happened without the other. Their creativity, talent, and hard work couldn't have happened without the ARMY, and ARMY wouldn't be there without their creativity, talent, and hard work and determination. And he took us through them giving out letters, dancing in the streets, answering questions as to whether they're from North Korea or South Korea and stuff like that. They did all that, and then ARMY got caught onto it. Now, what I would say is this speech is phenomenal, but the Korean industry, part of the Korean industry is the problem. With what I've heard from Borough City and everything, what I can tell is that the big three agencies in a way stifle the talents of some of the Korean groups. let's take for instance the Avengers of K-pop, right? That group that was created. I had a lot of people come in my comments saying, "Oh no, there's one person in there. He's super talented. I wish he wasn't in the group and stuff like that." You know, you have to make their creativity shine. You don't lump them into a group. You don't force them to make a certain type of music just so you, the owner of that agency, have your face everywhere and shine and say, "Yeah, I'm the owner of, or I'm the creator of the Avengers of K-pop." In a way, doing that is stifling the talents of the individuals in the group. One thing I like about Hype and what they did with BTS was, even though they were going bankrupt, they let BTS experiment with other forms of music. They let BTS do, like, they give them like creative freedom to an extent, right? So they took risks and the risks paid off. How many groups in the big three labels are given that chance to create their own risks, to try other genres? We heard something in the last Varsity, no, not in the last one, but I think last two Varsity videos I reacted to, where Avengers of K-pop were singing, we're jumping. What is jumping? Jumping and popping or some crap like that. And I can bet my last bottom dollar that they hired some team of writers to write that crap for them to sing. But if we are to let them experiment with creative freedom, we can have groups that would also shine, come out with different sound, unique talent. Bro, we saw the group of ladies that were dancing without singing. They didn't have passion for the thing. They either had passion and were being led to do something they didn't care about, or they didn't have passion altogether. And I blame the big three companies. What RM said is phenomenal. What I wish is that the industry will leave the groups to come create their own vision with the help of the big labels. Create their own vision, experiment. What works for you? What doesn't work for you? Instead of creating the perfect idol who doesn't have blemish on their face, who looks nice, nicely done hair, nicely done makeup, doesn't have a lick of musical talent, doesn't care about music, but wants to be an idol so much that they do all this glam thing, and you have people write music they don't even care about. You know what I mean? So if the industry is to stop with all that idol stuff, create artists, create groups that care about music, add the Korean culture. The Korean culture is beautiful. Add that to it, right? Let them freely experiment, freely roam around, see what works, what doesn't work, what works for the group, what they care about, what they're passionate about. And then push that, we're going to get another group that transcends. We're going to get artists that really care about music than just the glam, than just looking nice, than just looking flashy. So RM's speech is phenomenal. I like it so much. He did a phenomenal job. He shows why he's a leader. What did you think about his speech? Let me know in the comment section. Was I off? Was I way off? Did I make good points? Please let me know in the comments. What did you think about it when you heard it the first time? I love you all so much. I'll catch you in the next one. RM, you did your thing. You're phenomenal. All right. Peace.
Tune in, hit play, let's take a ride around the world with Steven, we worldwide. Stories so wild, they keep you hooked. Subscribe and share, come take a look. Reacting to the stories, the crazy, the real. With every new video, we bring the thrill. From mysteries to drama, we cover it all. Join the fam, let's have a ball. From dark tales to